So welcome back to EV.com. Before we get started, the eagle-eyed among you will notice that there's a Zeekr 7X parked behind me. If you want to see the full review of this, make sure you follow the link above. But today we're going to do something a little bit different, which is to compare the three leading electric coupe SUVs that are currently on the market. So we're going to have one from America and two from China. This is going to be the Tesla Model Y, the refresh, or as much information as we can use on the refresh that is available at the time of shooting. And then we're going to have the Sealion 7 from BYD, which is hitting global markets as we speak. And last but definitely not least is the XPENG G6, which is one of my personal favorites, but I'll try and be as neutral as possible today. So all of these cars are on offer or are soon to be on offer in global markets around the world, and all offer great options for those looking for a practical coupe SUV. And if you want a closer look at any of these vehicles, EV.com has already done full-length reviews, and I'll post the links to them in the comments section. Let's start with the design. And the G6 features that classic XPENG look, lots of smooth round edges and that signature full-length light bar across the front. It's sleek, modern, and instantly recognizable. The Sealion, on the other hand, is much more aggressive, with sharp lines and a bold, striking appearance that I'm not sold on, but is obviously typical of the BYD brand. Then there's the new Model Y. This updated version borrows a lot from the Cybertruck and the Cybercab designs, with that long LED light across the front of the car, and at the back, a unique design which uses a light bar that elegantly reflects off the back. Which of these exterior designs do you prefer? Make sure you let us know in the comments. We could talk about design all day, but let's take a look at the aerodynamics of each. And as you can see, the new Tesla Model Y easily beats out the other two, although I will say that all three have a good drag coefficient considering they are all coupe SUV designs. So let's take a look inside. And inside the Model Y, we have an ultra minimalistic look dominated by a 15.4-inch touchscreen. It's a clean, high-tech experience, but there's no heads-up display. And then we also have that new steering wheel design, but mostly par for the course for a Tesla. The XPENG G6 steps it up a little bit, and not quite as minimalist as the Tesla, with a more conventional, user-friendly layout featuring a 10.25-inch central touchscreen. Doesn't overwhelm the cabin too much and is probably big enough for most situations. There's also a driver's cluster, which personally I really like. Well, what do you think? Are driver's clusters really necessary? And then there's the Sealion 7 with a 15.6-inch rotating center screen, only slightly bigger than that of the Tesla Model Y, but I think they may have done this on purpose. Inside the Sealion 7, there's a button for practically everything, making the interior feel much more functional, if not a little busy. In the back, all three offer great rear seating, but for me, the winner is the BYD Sealion 7. The longer wheelbase provides that extra bit of legroom in the back, and the higher trims have ventilated and heated rear seats. While the headroom of the Sealion 7 is probably the worst of the three, I think for me, it offers the best overall experience. Now, when it comes to trunk space, I think all three have great amounts of space in the trunk, whether it's with the seats up or down. But as we know, the Tesla Model Y is definitely hard to compete with when it comes to storage capacity. So it is the clear winner here. And for front, we have the Sealion 7 with a 58 liters of space in the front, which is a decent amount. You can put a carry-on piece of luggage in there, but again, the Model Y comes in and blows us out of the water with almost twice as much storage space in the front. The XPENG G6 does not have any front at all. So let's talk about performance, and we'll get the most aggressive specs of each of the three on the screen for your reference. And as you can see, all three have around 500 horsepower. The Tesla Model Y comes in with the most at 526 horsepower, which give it the best 0 to 100 kilometers an hour time of 3.7 seconds. But I think which is perhaps more important is the performance of the rear-wheel drive only models, which I believe will probably be a more popular choice. And as you can see, in terms of rear-wheel drive, in terms of the long-range versions, they're all pretty similar. So for me, you can't go wrong there. When it comes to charging speeds, the XPENG G6 comes out on top, capable of 280 kilowatts charging speeds, offering 10 to 80% in less than 20 minutes. The Tesla Model Y follows just behind this, capable of up to 250 kilowatts of charging, adding 260 kilometers in just 15 minutes. And finally, the Sealion 7 is capable of up to 230 kilowatts, taking around 24 minutes for 10 to 80%. So all these three have quick charging, but the G6 has the fastest. Finally, let's talk about how these three drive. The XPENG G6 offers sharp handling for a pretty engaging drive actually, whereas the BYD Sealion 7 focuses on comfort for long and relaxing trips with the family. And the Tesla Model Y, I think, probably offers the most dynamic driving experience, offering agility and precision for a more connected driving experience. If autonomous driving is important to you, both Tesla with its FSD and XPENG with its XNGP both have great driver assistance features. Of course, if you're considering buying, I would suggest you give each of these a test drive to see which of these fits your driving style the best. So lastly, but definitely not least, and let's have a quick look at the pricing for these. So we'll just choose one market to compare the pricing, so you can see a rough idea of which one will be the cheapest and the most expensive. So as you can see, the Tesla Model Y, the old version, actually was already the most expensive, but now the new refresh stands to be even more expensive than this. So this is the most expensive of these three vehicles. Then coming in about 5 to 8% cheaper than this will be the BYD Sealion 7. And the cheapest of these is the XPENG G6, which is estimated to be around £40,000 in the UK. So this is something to consider when you're making your decision. So that was our quick look at these three electric coupe SUVs. And I think all these three offer fantastic value with their own strengths and unique features. Whether you're looking for performance, space, or tech, there is something for everyone. So which one of these three would you choose? Make sure you leave your comments below. Be sure to give us a like and a subscribe. I've been Toby, and I'll see you next time.